Chapter 13, Immuum of the Last Night. Wow! There was a table in the bathhouse of the treehouse, where lavish treats were lined up. Those who cooked the food seemed happier than everyone else who cheered with delight while looking at the dishes. The cooking was top of the line with ultra-rare ingredients, the kinds only well-trained chefs were allowed to cook. Mia. Fuku was also squatting in front of the gorgeous cuisine. Come on, everyone, raise your glasses. Kariko picked up a glass. Oh, is this? The pale pink juice was the same as what Sana drank at Sito's when he first came up to space. Fruit juice from the royal tree. Nurse your first cup, I'll make a cocktail for the second cup. Super first-class ingredients and super first-class drinks. Everyone was excited. Well, I think that each one of us has formed new bonds with each other on this holiday. Let's take that into our work and privately and make it a new power. Well, enough talk. Sito raised her glass. Cheers. Wow, this is seriously delicious. Amain said. The others, of course, felt the same. Gradually, everyone's thirst was quenched, and they concentrated on eating. Sana and everyone else breathed out a sigh after eating. They were all stuffed. All the sighs came out simultaneously. Everyone looked at each other. Oh! Ahahaha. Everyone was unable to hold in their laughter. Ahahaha, wow, that was really delicious. This is my first time eating something like that, but it was great. Record that recipe for me, please. I don't know if it can be reproduced in other places, but that could be a great recipe. According to Ringo's proposal, this detailed recipe was written down. This recipe was later considered to be one of the highest peaks of Jurian cuisine and was called Immuum's Miracle. Every day the amount of fabric in their swimsuits decreased. They had become quite bold. If Kariko had seen what they were wearing today on the first day, she would have been angry, but today she didn't care. Oh, this is so nice. While drinking a cocktail made with cold royal tree fruit juice, Kariko relaxed in a hot tub. Everyone was enthralled by the setting sun going down in the bath. It's beautiful, right? Kariko noticed that Sana's glass was empty and approached him with a pot. Yes, very. While having some doubt about Sana's delicate expression, Kariko poured juice into Sana's glass and sat sideways. Later, as the sun set, the women gathered around Sana like insects drawn to the light of the night. Soon he was surrounded by them. Are we really going home tomorrow? Kariko asked. Yes, it seems so. Oh, what's wrong? Is the tub too hot? Well, Sana tried to move while immersed in the tub to try to escape the girls who were all around him. But Sito and Mikami had him sandwiched between them, and they pushed themselves harder into him to keep him from moving. We can always come back in the future. Huh. What on earth? What? All of the lights of the treehouse suddenly disappeared, and the area was surrounded by darkness. A great light bloomed in the night sky. Wow! Fireworks went off in the sky. It made him forget all about Sito and Mikami. Wow, there's no smoke. The feast of about 30 minutes of fireworks happened to much applause. Of course, Sana was one who applauded. It was awesome. This is the first time I've ever seen such a thing. Purple treehouse lights came on. Everyone, thanks for your hard work. This is the end of the dinner party, Sito declared. But it's still going to be a fun night. And don't forget how we decided who gets to sleep next to Sana. Sito referred to the first day when they decide the sleeping order. It was Sito and Mikami's turn technically, even though no one else had gone. All right, Sana, who had been waiting, changed into pajamas on the lower floor and went up to the bedroom. Wow! Sana, who first entered the treehouse bedroom, was slightly moved by the comfort of its large living space. Of course, the location Sana had used wasn't too bad, but it was still impossible to compare with the first-class accommodation in the treehouse. The comfortable wind and smell, in the daytime, the location itself was located at the highest position on the main island, facing the direction the sun set. Nonetheless, it was still just a basic living environment. Welcome, Sana. Sana, who was looking around the room, looked in the direction of the voice. He sat on the bed and looked at the night clothes they had chosen. As for the degree of exposure in the outfits, it didn't compare with the swimsuits they wore so far. However, the round lumps protruding from the loose fabric and their limbs, which could be seen hidden under the slightly transparent fabric, was actually more revealing. Come on, Seina-chan, over here. Kuriko took him and made him sit in the bed in the middle of them. To Seina, our honorable guest. Let's begin this second party. As with the dinner party, each one received a glass of beverages. Of course, Seina and Neji's were non-alcoholic. But the others of course contained alcohol. Let's enjoy the last night. A toast was held, led by Sito. Seina, drink the first cup all at once in the same way as the others. Neju let Fuku try some first, and then she drank it by herself. Really, it was supposed to have been like this since the first night, but Seina built his own secret base. Sorry, but... No, don't be. As a result, thanks to that, we were able to do an interview every night. If you hadn't, it might not have been possible. Sito brought her face closer to Seina. And then maybe you wouldn't be able to look at us in such a way. Oh, he was not quite sure how much things had changed, but it was certain that the psychological pressure on him had decreased. Looking at the swimsuits appearing side by side no longer made him dizzy. Of course, even this didn't bother him. His face was still red, and his heart rate was also rising rapidly. However, there was no feeling of empty guilt which he had felt before. Woo! To Seina's growth, let's toast. Kuriko raised a glass this time. Come on, no one gets any sleep until morning. Sito put her arm around Seina's neck. Ahuhu, Seina, you've passed this informal course. Now you can love whoever you want. Sita-sama. As expected, Kuriko chimed in. Oh, Kuriko-chan, don't you remember the order? It's my turn tonight. And then after her is me. Mikami came next to Seina on the opposite side of Sito. Mikami. Seina is a minor at the moment. I just wanted to be with him for a while. For someone who is worried about such things, you sure spent a lot of time choosing that nightgown. Oh yeah, it really suits you, Kuriko-san. Kuriko blushed. Seina also seemed to be shy towards Kuriko, but he still gazed at her without diverting his eyes. Well, I didn't expect Seina-chan to look so much. Kuriko's momentum was drastically weakened. She even seemed to be perplexed. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Thanks to Seina's growth and Kuriko's love, he can finally accept all of us taking care of him. Isn't it great? Yes. Well, Seina, you should look carefully at the other party's eyes, not their night clothes. But tonight you can look at us all you want. Sito let go from Seina and held up her glass. Seina poured sake into the glass from a nearby bottle of liquor. Here's to the next time. Thank you for everything. I look forward to all of your continued support. Yes, Mikami smiled. And then he poured a glass for Ringo, Hakurin, Suerin, Karen, Jaikirin, Neju, Amain, Ryoko, and finally Kuriko. Each woman was proud of her smile, puzzled, and sometimes embarrassed, and Seina's eyes directed toward their night clothes, and they drank Seina's poured liquor carefully. Incidentally, Fuku got a carrot stick in a glass as a drink substitute. Seina repeatedly filled their drinks. Then, after Seina, Fuku, and Neju went to go to sleep, Sito showed up to talk about the interviews with Seina in a quiet and relaxing manner, much to the relief of Seina, who was very tired. The next morning, Seina cleaned the cave on the main island of Imuum, which had taken care of him for the past 2 weeks. Seina was staring at the room in the cave intensely. May the next visitor notice this place. The bed and cushions made with sea silk remained. Seina left the room. It got a bit annoying, so we sealed it up. The station manager that greeted them on the first day said as he returned the sealed NB to Seina. I'm sorry if it bothered you. Thank you for waiting. The Kamidake's cleaning has ended. The Kamidake, which was docked at the station for cleaning, got ready to fly away. The preparations for departure are now completed. Goodbye, Seina, everyone. We hope to see you for another visit. The officials bowed deeply and left Seina and the Kamidake. Sito and Ringo boarded Onoka and went home.